welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name's Elliott and you're watching Rickety Ski Reviews. Today we're talking about Labor Day sales. I was talking to my wife and I called them Memorial Day sales, so she wanted to make sure I got it right. There are a ton of good ski deals out there. As always, August, September, anything that isn't really like Christmas is the best time to buy skis. The trade-off is that, sometimes there's better inventory, or if you just need something for a trip, sure, you gotta pay full price or, whatever. Sometimes you just need to get the right fit. I'm not here to judge. But if you're somebody like me who likes to save some money and get skis when they're significantly cheaper, now is kind of the last call. The one thing I will say that's been interesting is a couple of the skis since my last deal video, the prices have gone up. Some of them have gone down, like I'm gonna try to focus more on some of the new deals. But for whatever reason, both Evo and Backcountry have raised prices on a couple of skis. Now it's not a ton, it's maybe like 50 bucks or something, but the Bent 90, which were sub $400 skis, are no longer sub $400 skis. Now, they went from like $379 to like $419, something like that. It's pretty marginal, but let that be a warning to you that like ski prices are gonna start to kind of inch up slowly, especially as we get closer to winter and especially as they start to sell and move their inventory, and inventory isn't, filling up their warehouse anymore. They're not gonna need to give you such a steep discount. So my advice, if you have been sitting on your hands, don't wait any longer, and let me help you save money on some darn good skis. As always, I will put a list of affiliate links down below of all of these skis that I've kind of combed through for you today. If you like this kind of content, please consider using those affiliate links. I'm happy to put this together for you just in return if you can use those links. All right, the first deals we're gonna go through are Evo, and then I've got a handful from Backcountry. Now the first ski I've got here is the Volkl Blaze 104 from 2025 in the blue pink. They're more pink than blue, but whatever. I really like the color of these. I really like these skis. The Volkl Blaze 104 for me, I find is kind of a very niche ski, but what it does really well. And I like it for light amounts of powder. Light powder, off-trail skiing. I know some people use it as a touring ski. I'm not experienced in touring, so I'm just gonna speak from what I used it for, but I loved using it for light amounts of powder. Once you get over about 9 to 10 inches of snow, yeah, then they're gonna start to like get overwhelmed. But that's not what you're getting them for. For light amounts of powder where you can do those quick hop turns, they feel so good. Sometimes you get light amounts of powder and having a big bent 120 isn't as fun as having something nimble that kind of gets through the brush and bramble and allows you to find those little sweet spots where the snow kind of has built up. And anyway, I love the Volkl Blaze 104. I was very happy with it. Typically it's $750. You can get it for $449.99. They have 158, 165, and 172 centimeter lengths available. I think this is probably one of the best values, and that's why I put it first. Great value, great ski, and if you were kind of on the fence about it, I would not wait, because what does the normal Volkl Blaze 104 go for? Yeah, the 2026 model, they are upping the price up from $750, or the MSRP, MAP, whatever. The full price. You know what I'm saying? The full price going for 2026 right now that they're selling is $849. So, you can get it for about $400 cheaper right now. That seems like, an easy trigger pull. Up next, we have the Atomic Maverick 105 CTI. Now this is a ski I liked a lot. It's definitely a little bit more down the fall line than the Bent series, but I didn't feel like I needed to change the mounting point too much on the 105 CTI, at least if memory serves me right. Maybe you watch the full review if you wanna see all that. And you can get a 170, 178, 185. I think this is a phenomenal powder ski that can still kind of carve, and it's not gonna force you to commit. I think for a lot of people who look at the Bent 100, this is a pretty good alternative. Or if you're looking at the Bent 110, but those skis just are a little too kind of maneuverable. I hate the word playful, but they're a little bit easier to manage. If you want something that is a little bit more powerful and down the fall line and likes to gain momentum, the Maverick 105 CTI is a great option. They're down from $800 to $559.97. They've got some really good sizes for this ski. Again, some of these skis, they're good deals, but there's not a ton of sizes. And if you were looking at buying the 2026 model for, whatever MAP or whatever it costs, they are $800. So don't wait, save yourself $240. for graphic changes. They're not changing year to year. This is the thing with Ski Deals. It's like they didn't actually change anything. It's just the graphics. God, oh my God. And even if they do change it, and you know, someone like me has reviewed the older model, and I say, hey, the older model is still good, right? The Maverick 88C Ti for 2026 is worse than the old Maverick 88 Ti. Sometimes not worse. Overall performance, I think, is less. It's more focused towards freestyle, and yeah, anyway. Sometimes the ski isn't even better. Anyway, this is a great deal. Normally I go for some of the other skis, but you'll see why, because like I said, they raised some of the prices here. So I'm kind of focused on other skis where they didn't raise the prices and they even went down a little bit since the last time I checked. The next ski on the list is the Volkl Mantra 88, also formerly known as the Kendo. The Mantra 88 did not change with the name change. It is the same as the last year of the Kendo. It's a phenomenal ski. I love it. I think it's so fun for like quick turns, for steep pitches. It's got a little bit of like kind of good momentum through softer snow. You can make quick turns. It reminds me a lot of the old Race Tiger slalom skis. You can get a 163 or 170 for $449.99. I think this is a phenomenal ski, and you know, if this is the right size for you, you can save yourself some money and get a great ski. I love the Mantra series. The M7 is really nice. The Mantra 88. The Mantra 84. The Mantra 84 takes itself very seriously. It will definitely start to go. The Mantra 88, at least I feel like you can be a little less on it. With the Mantra 84, it's like you better be paying attention coming into those turns. Mantra 88, it's like, oh, we can have fun. We can make these quick turns. We can make, you know, you can kind of throw the skis a little bit, let them slide before you get them on edge. The 84 is like, oh, I hope you're ready, because we're hauling. Speaking of mantras, you got the M7 Mantra, down from $849 to $594.99. This is my favorite spring skiing crud cutter. It's one of the more diverse skis that I've tried. I really, really like this for bad snow conditions. This is something that I tested. I got a used pair sent from Volkl, and it stays in my car. And if the snow looks like it's even gonna be kind of bad, these are sitting ready to go, and I just think they're phenomenal. 163, 170, like I said. And looking into 2026, you can buy the M7 for 2026 if you want, but those are $930 right now. Those are up $80 year over year for what the original price is listed on Evo. You can save yourself literally $330 just by getting last year's top sheet, where they have not changed it as far as I know. Could double check that, but I'm fairly certain they're not changing for this year. After that, you've got the Nordica Enforcer 99, a 167 and 173 for $559. Those are going up this year as well in prices, about 50 bucks, from $800 MAP to $850. So, you know, save yourself a solid almost $300 here. I really like the Nordica Enforcer 99. It's also one of my favorite spring skiing kind of quick cutters, but different from the M7 Mantra. It's not so much under the foot where the ski kind of hooks up. It's more like you ride it all the way to the tails and then you get your energy back. I also, the 2025 is the first year they kind of updated in a while, and the updates are welcomed and, in my opinion, really improved the ski. After that, you've got the Atomic Bent 100. They have really thinned down on the sizes they have available, and they are at $454.97. You can get the 158, 165, 172. I have said this before and I'll say it again. This is a pretty good all-around ski in the sense that, like, if you're wanting to get in powder but you don't want to commit into a big powder ski, you're still getting the Horizon Tech, you're getting a more manageable width. I like the Bent 100. I just feel like at that point, I'm not sure why you're in the Bent, whereas you could be in the Maverick series. And especially as the Maverick is becoming more like the Bent with each passing year, the Bent 100 seems to me to like just get the most overlap of any of the skis. But I do understand that, like, I have friends that are just wanting to kind of dabble and get into powder skiing, and for them the Bent 100 makes a ton of sense. And you're getting like the full Horizon Tech versus like kind of the semi-shaped Horizon Tech on the Bent 90. I like it, it's a good option. I like it mounted 2 clicks back, so 1 centimeter back from the recommended mounting point. And yeah, I think it makes sense if you're wanting a powder ski, but if you're somebody who's got experience, I don't know, it's like just lean into it a little bit. Get a Bent 110, QST 106, what does Renown make? The Citadel 107. You know, if you're only gonna do light amounts of powder, go with the Blaze 104. It's a popular ski, I get why it's popular. but I would almost urge you to just really get the full experience with a ski like the Bent 110 or the Maverick 105 CTI. Or even like if you're really new into powder, then maybe you're looking at a backland. It's versatile, it can kind of carve. It's certainly better than the older version of the Bent 100. And anyway, if you're looking at it though, you can get it for $450, $497. If I was making a personal recommendation to someone I know, I would tell them to just kind of trust and get the full Bent 110. It's not as beefy as the Bent 120, but it's a lot more forgiving. It has a little bit of versatility. It's definitely a designated powder ski, but if you kind of like massage the turns, you can get some semi-carving turns in there. Whereas the Bent 120 is like definitely just this one job. I personally am finding myself use the Bent 120, but the Bent 110, like for the last 3 years, would have been a better option for me. I just feel like my powder skiing has gotten better to the point where I like the Bent 120. But honestly, it's a lot of ski and it's a lot on your legs, whereas the Bent 110 is much more forgiving, especially if you mount it true to factory. It's really maneuverable in and out of the brush. Again, I prefer it overall, mounted back 2 clicks or 1 centimeter back from the factory recommended. But this is a phenomenal ski, typically $750. You can get them for $524.93. That's the same as a Salomon QST 106. You got a ton of sizes though with this ski. Beautiful top sheets. It's 188, 180, 172, 164. I think that if I was trying to recommend a powder ski to a friend, this is probably bang for the buck, one of the best options out there right now. For like a full powder ski, that's a ton of fun. There you go. Okay, you can still get a sub $400 ski. All right, you can get the Salomon QST 92 from 2025 for $384.97. I would guess that's because they're introducing the QST 94 and they're just trying to kind of, you know, sunset this QST 92 model. You can get this in a 152, 160, 168, 176, 184 for $384.97. Salomon can have some issues, at least anecdotally for me, with some of the top sheets peeling right where the bases and edges kind of meet the top sheet. It's pretty marginal, but I've heard other people say the same thing, so take that for what it's worth. But again, you're getting a sub $400 ski. You're getting cork dampening. You're getting a nice, like good off-trail ski. When you get it on edge, it feels smooth. Just because they made a QST 94 doesn't make this obsolete. This is still a very nice ski and a very good value. So if you're looking for a good budget ski, this and the Bent 90 are very good options. Oh, if you're looking for the ladies, as far as like deals, holy moly. You can get an Atomic Maven 86 from 2024 in a 161 or 169 for $200. That is the same price as kid skis when they're on sale. I, like for my daughter who's getting taller, I'm like, oh, maybe I just get her a pair of these. What a great deal. $199.99? Man, maybe, I guess maybe like this is just carried over and the women's inventory doesn't move as much. But if you're looking for a lady in your life, a 161 and 169 are pretty common sizes too. I guess it's for maybe on the taller end, I'm not sure, but under $200, that is phenomenal. And like, yes, it's a women's ski, but there's no one's gonna arrest you if you're a guy and you fit those sizes if you're skiing on a women's ski. Right here, officer, take me away. I like those colors. Great deal. Okay, like I mentioned before, you can get the Atomic Bent 90 for $412.46. That is such a weird price. It's like, this is what happens when you cut things by percentages. You can get a 157, 166, 175, 184. The Salomon QST 92 probably has a little more versatility just because of the cork dampener, but for like nice open smooth turns, I like the Bent 90. For off-trail skiing, you've got a little bit of that Horizon tech if you get some powder. I like the Bent 90 a lot. If dampness really bothers you, these do get pinged around. Like if you get onto firm snow, you're gonna get pinged around on this more than the QST 92. But if you want to enjoy soft snow or some kind of powder and that's the range you want to get out of your one ski, I think this will give you a little bit more than the QST 92. You know, you think on paper, oh, the QST 92, but the Horizon Tech really gives the Bent 90 a little bit more range in the light powder. The choice is yours. If it was me and I had only one pair of skis, I would maybe go with the Bent 90, but anytime the snow is firm, I would regret my decision. That's the hard thing about one pair of skis. All right, next up, you can get the DPS Kaizen 112 Mark Grotjahn ski. Again, they just cannot get rid of this ugly top sheet. I think it's like one of those things where mentally you're like, Okay, this ski is down from $1,700 to $1,050. That is a steep discount. It's in a 184, which is a common size, but my guess would be that because it's so ugly, people who are spending over $1,000 on skis, they're not willing to like make kind of compromises in how the skis look aesthetically. So like, all right, if I'm gonna spend this much money, I would rather just spend $1,700 and get the color. Like, you know, like on paper, logically, it doesn't make a ton of sense. This is one of my favorite powder skis I've ever put on my feet, but you gotta admit, this top sheet is not good looking. But if you wanna save some money and have one of the best skis you can put on powder, this is a phenomenal opportunity, and it seems like they're having a tough time getting rid of it. Oh, the next one I found, I'm not sure if 2024 is the same as 2025. I reviewed the 2025, so take this with a grain of salt. I'm pretty sure they did change them. But you can get a Salomon Stance 90 from 2024. So I've skied the 2025. Take this all with a giant grain of salt. But those are $399.97. Again, a sub $400 ski in a 188 centimeter length. If you're looking for good deals, I can't say that this is the same as what I skied, but that is a good price. Oh yes, I talked about this one last time, but it continues to amaze me. You can get the 2025 Black Rose Octo, which was my ski of the year last year, in a 185 for $629.30. If you're looking for a good short radius carving ski that has a ton of versatility, is a ton of fun, you don't have to go really fast to have a ton of fun, I can't recommend a ski better than this. For $630, typically it's $900. Next year's version is gonna be $950. You can get yourself into a very nice ski for $630. If I was buying for myself, I would probably do this in a powder ski. This is one of the better values and one of the better performers. They've only got one size, so I guess maybe that's part of the price. I'm not sure what's going on or why they're having a hard time moving it, but my God, this is a great ski and a great value. Again, going back to Black Rose, you can get the Black Rose Justis, which is, if I had to travel with one ski, this would be it. It's fun in the powder. It's fun to carve. I like that distinct tip. It's not the dampest, so like, you know, I guess if you're going somewhere really icy, you can carve on it fine, but you'll feel some chatter there. But like all in all, performance for one ski, how much performance one ski fits in a bunch of different areas, this is a great option. You can get it for $689.99 instead of $1,150. The next year's ski is gonna be $50 more than that, so they're gonna be almost $1,200. You can pick this up for almost half price at $689.99. In 171, 177, 183, 189. This is a color I skied in too. Like, this is a great ski. I took these to France and I could have skied on these every day and been pleased as peaches, even on the powder days. What a fun ski. It's very overlooked, but performs very well. You can also get the Salomon QST 98, which is a very versatile ski, kind of in that same vein as the Justis, for $489.97, $169, $176, $183, $189. Obviously, these are a couple $100 cheaper than the Justis, but I don't think that the build quality is quite at the same level as the Justis, just anecdotally. Even when I get these from the demo shop, you still see some of those kind of, almost looks like fur coming off of the plastic of the top sheet. Again, it's all anecdotal, it's all in my experience. I've seen comments kind of, you know, confirming that, but I don't know. It's still a very nice ski, it's very fun, it feels good on edge. For $489.97, it's still a sub $500 ski. All right, for other powder skis, you have this Salomon QST 106 for 2025 in that very bright orange. You can get it in a 157, 165, 173, 181, and a 189 for $524.97. Typically, they're like $750. You know, the top sheets, they have, in my experience, some issues with my QST 106s, but you're getting as far as on snow, it feels good. It feels very close to snowboarding, just the way that it kind of opens up and makes those big surfy turns. It's got a little bit of dampness. Performance on snow is good. Reliability, build quality is so-so. I don't know. Take that for what it's worth, pick your priorities, but if you're looking to get the ski, it is very, very heavily discounted. All right, really quickly, I'm just gonna show you some of the deals I found. As far as like gear, you can get the Auclair Outseam Mittens for $70 instead of $120. I haven't tried these specifically, but Auclair historically has made nice stuff. You can get the POC Fornix Mips helmet for $160. I love POC. I mean, that's like the one helmet company I really, truly trust. I'm sure the other ones are fine, but just like from racing, I've carried over that trust in it. You can get the Look Pivot 12 for $247.46 instead of $329 in either the 115 or 95 millimeter width. You can get the Smartwool Zero Cushion socks for $14.99. That's the other thing, ski socks. You can buy a pair for $15 or wait and get them for like $35 in the winter. You can get 2 pairs for what you're gonna pay. So I like this. This is the Zero Cushion. This is the one I use. If you like something a little bit warmer, maybe change what you get, but I think these are good. And you can get the Smartwool Targeted Cushion OTC Women's for $14.99. Let me give you a little hint. There's nobody who's gonna arrest you for having women's socks. In fact, a lot of the colors look the same. And if you look on the size chart, they'll tell you what a men's to women's size is. So you can just convert it. Like, I'll sometimes get a women's XL sock. It's all the same. No one even sees your ski socks. Anyway, that's a little tip for saving money. You can also get my ski boot, the Atomic Hawx Prime 120S in a 29.5 or 30.5. Typically they're $700 boots. You can get them for $380. That's a great deal. Sub $400 ski boots, in my opinion, is a very good value. Especially like the 120 flex like that. Usually those are quite a bit more. And then lastly, if you're looking for bindings, you can get the Tyrolia Attack 14 demo binding. This is what I use for a lot of my reviews, and you can get those instead of $330, you can buy $200 for those. You know, make sure you like demo bindings. Some people hate them. I don't mind them. I personally really like the Tyrolia Attack demos just because I have so many of them. That was kind of what I ended up buying the jig for, but also they are reliable. The sliding sometimes can get jammed, but that's like any demo binding. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, let me talk about just a handful of backcountry deals, because there were a few skis where they were on both platforms, but backcountry was a little bit better. Or maybe you just, you know, you have a backcountry account, you have those points, whatever. I'm gonna run through those deals. For whatever reason, Backcountry has gotten its hands on a ton of the Head Core series. You can get the Head Core 105 and a 170 centimeter for $520. I had a ton of fun on those as far as powder skis. Zach really liked them as well. Also pick up the Head Core 93, which was one of my favorite all mountain value skis, for $419.97. That's a 156 and a 163 centimeter length. Again, maybe on the little bit of the lower end for length, but again, if that fits you, that is such a good value. That ski has so much versatility. It's such a fun daily driver. I was really happy with the Head Core 93. And you know, just, I'll put it in below, but there are a ton of Head Core skis on sale right now from Backcountry. You can also pick up the Black Rose Justis here for $804.30 in a 183 or 189 centimeter length. Same for the Nordica Enforcer 99. They have more sizes. Those are for $639.99. They have the 167, 173, 179, 185, 191 centimeter length. So in my opinion, some more size options, at least off the top of my head remembering. You can get the Elan Ripstick 96 Green Edition in a 188 centimeter length for $562. I did not see those same Elan deals at Evo. You can also get the DPS Kaizen 112 in the nicer looking yellow in a 189 centimeter length for $1,441 instead of $1,700. If you cannot stomach that really ugly color from Evo, or if you just want a longer size, especially with DPS with how like aggressive the display is, that kind of makes sense to me. The other deal I saw from Backcountry was the Fisher RC4 Pro MV DYN BOA boot for 2025. My God, could they put anything more onto this boot? But typically these are like $1,100. You can get them for $659.97 in the 29.5 size. And that comes with a built-in zip fit liner, which the zip fit liner alone starts at like $500. So you're getting, for another 160 bucks, you're getting the full BOA boot. I think they're like $550. So if you're looking for this specific boot, that's a tremendous deal. And then lastly, one of the products I'm always recommending to people is the booster strap. Now, I think they only have the intermediate version, which is super bizarre to me. Intermediate just kind of like indicates the flex and how soft it is. But if you want one thing, like if you're gonna spend money to make your boots feel better, to make everything feel better, to improve your skiing, or just not even improve your skiing, improve the responsiveness from your boot, bang for your buck, there's nothing better than a booster strap. I'm not paid by them, I'm not advertising them, I just use them and love them. And you can get those for $38.95. These are not like on sale as far as I can tell, but just the fact that they're listed all at Backcountry is pretty amazing. For whatever reason, like where they're listed online is kind of scarce. So anyway, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. I hope that this helps somebody save some money. As I always say, you know, some people, I get it. You gotta buy it during Christmas, or you're not sure what you like, or you wanna demo something and then buy it. I understand the value in that. But if you know what you like and you know what you're shopping for and you wanna save some money, now is 100% absolutely the best time to buy your skis. So I hope you found that helpful. If you liked it and it helps save you money, please consider, you know, liking, subscribing, become a member. You know, and as always, please use those affiliate links. I've really tried to go through arduously, build out a profile, look at what's on sale. It's definitely like 2 or 3 times longer to edit these videos and also put in the descriptions coordinating with it. But if it helps you guys save money by watching me, I don't know, I'm really grateful you guys watch my videos, and I want to kind of give back something to you in some way. So I try not to do these videos too much, but again, with Labor Day coming in and me seeing some of the ski prices start to kind of inch forward a little bit, I thought I would call it out and let you guys know to save money now. So anyway, as always, thanks for being here. Thanks for taking time out of your day. And of course, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.